I have been trying to do this video for 2 years, but my inadequacy in search engines has prevented me from doing this. And I know there are people out there that could do this video much, much better than me just by taking the books off their bookshelves. So please forgive my inadequacy in search engines. I was looking for if, like or similar, and I was getting fantasy. I was looking for science fiction, and I was still getting fantasy. Mercedes Lackey, Lois McMaster Bajol, Anne McCaffrey, Terry Brooks. I was getting fantasy, Yarbroughs, stuff like that. And I couldn't find anything. And it's like, if you're looking for, come here. If you're gonna bug me, come here. If you're looking for books similar to J.D. Robb, you look for similar to J.D. Robb, or you look to like J.D. Robb, and because J.D. Robb wrote 60 books, you're going to get all J.D. Robb. You're not going to get other authors. So, if you get a chance, please go check out my If Then Detective version, or a homicide detective version. You got to look for specific terms, and I try to, and I got tired of doing it after 2 seconds. But give me these books back. I've been, this is like the fourth time I've tried this video today. But we got to put better tags on Goodreads book. We just have to put better tags on them. The tags are inadequate on those books. So if you're looking for homicide detectives, or like Eve Dallas, go check out all my if-thens for last year. We did homicides, forensics, Scotland Yard, the whole 9 yards. But like I said, I was looking for science fiction, and the search engines all gave me fantasy, and I didn't want fantasy. I wanted science fiction. Welcome to the D. Louise book series. I'm Christina Calles, Tina. This is where we read books, talk about books, no fancy smancy stuff going on here. And like I said, I've been trying to do this video for 2 years, and I'm pretty sure that people could do a better job than me just by pulling stuff off their bookshelves. So could you please tell me I did a really good job? Even if I did a really bad job, just tell me I did a good job. It'd be nice. So it wasn't until I had a light bulb moment after 2 years of searching and playing with this idea. Interplanetary. I didn't know. Interplanetary. So we've got some books here. We're going to do a non-Star Trek books, and let me know how I did. Okay? But first we're going to start with the Star Trek. Now, when you're searching for Star Trek, you're going to come up with Shatner. So, the Mirror Universe is a dark and twisted reflection of our own, where humans and Vulcans live as slaves to a brutal alliance of Klingons and Cardassians. An alliance long believed to the creation of one man and the feared and hated Emperor Tiberius, the Mirror Universe counterpart of James T. Kirk. The Avenger. A lethal virus inimical to all conventional forms of planet life threatens the entire universe with starvation and dissolution. With the Federation already on the brink of overpopulation, Starfleet resources are stretched to their limit. Whole worlds and even complete star systems are placed under quarantine, causing interstellar food supplies to run dangerously low, and hostile alien empires to eye the weakened Federation with malevolence. But now, in the moment of Starfleet's greatest need, Captain James D. Kirk, long believed to be dead, embarks on a desperate quest to find the true source of the mysterious virus. Hey! No biting wires! No. She's got a thing for wires. Oh, shoot. Fix this. Alright, and we will talk about this book again when we do the video. Nemesis. And here's where we get some authors. J.M. Dillard. But Earth, home to Starfleet, where the crew of the USS Enterprise NCC-1701E gathers under the crystal blue skies of Alaskan Day to celebrate the wedding of Will Riker and Deanna Troi. Something we've waited years and decades for. Federation. A voyage that began well over 25 years ago when Captain Kirk and the crew of the U.S. Enterprise set out on a journey that took television viewers to new frontiers in imagination. The voyage continues with the third Star Trek series. What about the book? Tell me about the book. So these are just two. Oh, here it is. The Enterprise screamed around them as she fought the staggering tidal forces straining to tear her apart. Worf gripped the underside of the console to steady his position as he readied the sensor display flashing erratically before him. Sir's sensors have locked onto a Constitution-class vessel with the electromagnetic event horizon. Trajectory calculations indicate the vessel penetrated the event horizon from 99 years in the past. Oh, that should be a good one. Alright, we're just gonna go through these little. My Star Trek pile outweighs my non-Star Trek pile. I'm sorry. But I'm just gonna walk through these. We'll do this one when we do the movie on a recap. From the deepest, darkest reaches of space came the greatest threat the Federation ever faced. The Borg. Gonna drive me. I need to figure out how to do. Well, first of all, I need a second camera. And then I need the software to put another picture in the picture. Other professionals do it. They do the little picture up here. And you can watch my cat do all the crazy stuff she does to get my attention when I'm doing my videos. So we have the return. Viridian 3, a world has been saved. The USS Enterprise 1701D lies in ruins, and one of the galaxy's greatest heroes rests beneath a simple cairn of rocks on a lonely hillside. But as a legendary Vulcan ambassador comes at last to the grave of his best and dearest friend, the adventure is only beginning. Spectra by Shatner. Retired and happily in love, Kirk believes his adventure days are over, but he as he returns to Earth for the first time since his apparent death upon the Enterprise B, events elsewhere in the galaxy set in motion a mysterious mystery that may provide Kirk with the greatest challenge yet. The Enterprise E, under the command of Captain Jean-Luc Picard, is exploring an unstable region of space on a scientific mission of vital concern to Starfleet when they discover the last thing they ever expected to find, a lonely battle-scarred vessel that is instantly recognizable to every member of Picard's crew. 5 years after being lost with all hands in the Delta Quadrant, the Starship Voyager has come home. I gotta read that. And I probably did when I bought it years ago. I think this pile's a little too big, but anyway. Alan Dean Foster. I'm looking for his books. I had them, I got rid of them. I'm mad at myself for getting rid of them. I'm trying to get them again. Taking place in an alternate timeline created when the starship Kevlin was destroyed by a Romulan invader from the future. This all-new tale follows James T. Kirk and an inexperienced crew commanding repaired USS Enterprise out of space dock for a simple shakedown cruise. When a distress calls in, the Enterprise must aid a large colony of alien refugees known as Perinians, who are under siege by an unknown enemy. Harm's Way. David Mack. Hidden agendas. Captain James T. Kirk and the Enterprise crew race to save a missing Federation scientist, only to become trapped between the Klingons and famous Captain Kang and Starfleet's mysterious Operation Vanguard. Another David Mack. The past has returned to haunt Captain Jean-Luc Picard. Consequences are mounting from the downfall of Section 31, the coveted organization that has operated without accountability in the shadows for more than 2 centuries. Throughout the Federation, the rogue group agents and leaders have been taken into custody as the sheer scope of the misdeeds have come to light, as Starfleet Command decides the fate of numerous high-ranking officers caught up in the scandal of Federation President's forced removal. Picard must return to Earth and answer his own role in this conspiracy that some are calling treason. Did I get the same book twice? Oh, look at this. Oh, I hate when they do this. Who was it? Marriage Sung, Maju Sung, Sing. There was a whole bunch of them. A while back. I have 1 or 2, but I didn't like them. They get these authors. I'm assuming this is the case with this, but they get these authors to come together and everybody writes. Maybe they say, oh, there'll be 10 books in this series, and we get 5 authors, and you each write 2, but you alternate. So, book 1 was written by Dayton Ward. The Codex. Tomorrow's doom. Time is coming apart. Countless alternate and parallel realities are under attack, weakening and collapsing from relentless onslaught. If left unchecked, the universe faces an unstoppable descent towards entropy. Book 2. The Ashes of Tomorrow. As ruthless enemy spreads fear through the galaxy, leaving devastation in the wake, Captain Benjamin Sisko and Valdek Kira Near share a terrifying premonition of an unstoppable apocalypse. Captain Jean-Luc Picard is forced to take matters in his own hands when Starfleet Command refuses to challenge the invaders, recruiting trusted allies in a desperation in an impossible fight. Star Trek Prey, John Jackson Miller. When Klingon Commander Krug died in combat, James T. Kirk on the Genesis planet back in 2285, he left behind a powerful house in disarray and a series of time-ticking bombs. The Phantom Wing's secret squadron of advanced birds of prey, a cabal of loyal officers intent on securing his heritage, and a young Co. has thwarted would-be heir willing to wait a Klingon lifetime to enact his vengeance. John D. Lance got in on the act. Hugh. A maelstrom, a metaphysical whirlpool of apocalyptic proportions, is pulling all of reality into a maw, devouring the total of time and space while bringing together people and places throughout the universe. The Q Continuum pronounces that the end of everything has come, but Q refuses to meekly accept the complete termination of all he has known. Defying judgment of the Continuum, he sets out to derail Doomsday at whatever cost. The Titan with Riker and Mavish. Oh, what you call it? The AI lady, the lady from the holodeck. Minuet. That's it, Minuet. And precipitated by David Mack. On a post-apocalyptic world, Tutaris reach undercover Starfleet intelligent agent Cervantes Quinn finds an ancient shield conduit. Unfortunately, the Klingons have found it first and sent an army to claim it. The Brave and the Bold. 100 years later, James T. Kirk of the USS Enterprise and Commander Matt Decker of the USS Constellation come across the first artifact on the colony of Alpha Proxima II, a world ravaged by a mysterious plague as the crews of the two mighty vessels work to find a cure and locate the artifact. Okay, now, we're gonna go through these when we do the series, because we're gonna do the series after we do Next Generation. But I just we've got two authors that did these books. Christy Golden started with Homecoming, and Kirsten Bear continued the series afterwards. And she's a writer for Picard. Christian Bear. And the finals. Oh, all good things. All good things. And Picard. Okay, so the non-Star Trek books I found. Hunt the Stars. Jesse Millack. Octavia Zara would do anything to keep her tiny, close-knit bounty hunting crew together, even if it means accepting a job from Torrin Fletcher, a former ruthless general and her bitter adversary. When Torrin offers her enough credits to not only keep her crew afloat, but also hire someone to fix her ship, Tavi knows that she can't refuse no matter how much she'd like to. There's just one catch. With no money on the line, Torrin and his crew insist on joining the hunt. Tavi reluctantly agrees because while the handsome stoic leader pushes all her buttons for both anger and desire, she's endured worse, and the massive bonus payment he promises for a completed job is reason enough to shut up and deal. Ghost Drift. Suzanne Palmer. Ferguson, professional finder, always knew his semi-voluntary exile wouldn't last, but isn't expecting a friend to betray him. One of the galaxy's most dangerous space pirates, Bayas Bellows, wants him, and what Bellows wants he gets. Bellows needs help finding out what happened to his twin sister who mysteriously disappeared at the edges of space years ago, and he makes Fergus an offer he can't refuse. Breaking Day. Adam Oyer Banshee. An oasis of heat and light in the middle of nowhere, interstellar vehicle Archimedes has been hurtling through space for more than 5 generations, ever since the first crew left Earth. But now the aging starship is preparing to slow and fall into the gravity well of Destination Star, an event known as Breaking Day. For trainee engineer Ravener McLeod, born on the Archimedes, the world he has always known is coming to an end. Once Archimedes lands, there will be no going back. As Breaking Day approaches, Ravi finds himself caught between the rigid requirements of the ship's officer class and the unwritten rules of his blue-collar, often rule-breaking family. Space Oddity. Catherine M. Valenti. The gonzo galactic humor that made space opera a huge award finalist and instant USA Today bestseller returns as award-winning author Catherine M. Valenti takes us back out to the strange side of the galaxy. After finishing in 10th place, almost adequate, in the 100th Metagalactic Grand Prix, Decibel Jones and the Absolute Zeros are on their mandatory 11 3/4 month tour. As they prepare for the 101st edition of the part of the Gladiator contest, part beauty pageant, part concert, and part continuation of the Wars of the Past extravaganza. The civilizations opposed to peace have been plotting and want to take down the upstarts. Okay? We have always been here. Lena Nguyen. Miss Anthropodic Psychologist Dr. Grace Park is placed on the Ducalon. Deucalion. A survey ship headed to an icy planet is an unexpected explored galaxy. Her purpose is to observe the 13 human crew members aboard the ship, all specialists in their own fields as they assess the colonization potential of the planet Eos. But fractions develop as Park befriends the androids of the ship, preferring their company over the baffling complexity of humans, while the rest of the crew treats them with suspicion and outright hostility. The Exiled Fleet, J.S. Jews. The Sentinels narrowly escaped the collapsing edge of the divide. They have mustered a few other surviving Sentinels, but with no engines, they have no way to leave the edge of the universe before they starve. Adequin Rake has gathered a team to find the materials they'll need to get everyone out. Does that look like a Borg cube to you? That's what I thought when I saw this. That it looked. I know it's not the cubes, but I'm saying it looks like a quick glance. Don't beat me up. The Spare Man. Hugo and Nebula Award winner Mary Rannell blends her nonsense hard sci-fi approach to life in space with her talent for creating glitter, high society, and a stylish sci-fi manner. Talessa Crane, a brilliant inventor and an heiress, is on her honeymoon via an interplanetary space liner. Cruising between the moon and Mars, she's traveling incognito and reveling in her anonymity. Then someone is murdered, and the festering chowderheads who run security have the audacity to arrest her spouse. Aw. David Weber, Chris Kennedy to challenge heaven. We've come a long way in 40 years since the Shungari attacked Earth, killed half its people, and then were driven away by an alliance of humans with the other sentient bipeds who have inhabited our planet. We took the technology they left behind and readily built ourselves into a star-faring civilization. Because we haven't got a moment to lose, because it's clear that there are always more powerful, more hostile aliens out there, and Earth needs allies. But it also transpires that the Shagari expedition that nearly destroyed our home planet wasn't an official one, that indeed its commander may have been acting as the unwitting cat's paw for the founders, the ancient alliance of very old, very evil aliens who run the hegemony that dominates our galaxy and who hold the Shungari as they hold most non-founder species in not so benign contempt. And our last non-Star Trek book, Leviation Fall. I can't pronounce it. I'm sorry. James S. Corey. The Laconian Empire has fallen, setting 1,300 solar systems free from the rule of the Western Jurati. But the ancient enemy that killed the Gate Builders is awake, and the war against our universe has begun again. In the dead system of Adro, Eli Oke leads a desperate scientific mission to understand what the Gate Builders were and what destroyed them, even if it means compromising herself and the half-alien children who bear the weight of her investigation. Through the wide-flung systems of humanity, Colonel Alina Tacker hunts for Durat's missing daughter and the shattered emperor himself. On the road came James Holden and his crew struggled to build a future for humanity out of the shards and ruins of all that has come before. So what do you think? Are these good enough to hold the non-Star Trek readers or the Star Trek readers? Are these enough to drag you away from these? And Q and the Coda Star Trek. It was hard trying to find stuff, and yeah, I know my inadequacy to find stuff that wasn't actual Star Trek. It was hard. My search engine inadequacy. I'm sorry. So what do you think? Are these good enough? Who wins? Oh, obviously Star Trek wins. I tried. Maybe I'll find some more down the road, but this was my first attempt at it. So what do you think? This is like the fourth video I did today. I had camera issues the first two, and the first one was I thought was good, but you couldn't see me, so that went out the window. So if you could please hit the like and subscribe and let me know I'm doing a good job. And I hope you checked out Star Trek recaps all day today. And don't forget if thens on this is if then. What I meant to say is Romantic Times Book Review Flashback Monday. And we do a lot, and I found a way to continue that after it ends. I'm so excited. So have a good day. As you can see, it's really sunny here. We're supposed to be getting and some powdered sugar on the front lawn later. It won't happen. We'll get rain. Have a good one.